Hi, this is Lilly with In the Know, Idaho, and I'm here in Pullman, Washington at Washington State University. Charlie Kirk is behind me. He's talking to the crowd. People are going up and they're asking him some tricky questions, and he's giving them his best answers. And we're going to go through the crowd and kind of talk to some people and see why they're here and what they think of all this. Follow me. All right, so I'm Lilly.
I'm Chase.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Ethan.
Good to meet you. Are you guys students here?
We are.
So what do you think of Charlie Kirk?
I think he's an interesting guy. Probably wouldn't agree with everything he says, but I think it's funny to watch some of the other side talk to him. Some crazy people for sure.
I'm not a big fan of him just because I think it causes this big rally, and I just don't think it's very productive.
Do you have an idea of like what would be more productive?
I think a class would be nice, like someone can have a class, or this could be like a sit down in like a symposium or something. More organized, I think, because this you just kind of show up and he's just throwing out things that he thinks is true, and that's his opinion. Yeah. But you know, it is what it is.
I'm Eduardo, but I go by Grasshopper.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Are you a student here?
Yes.
Are you a fan of Charlie Kirk?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
I actually talked to him, believe it or not, a little bit. I asked him about why we're so divided as a country and whatever. And that was that.
Nice.
I think Charlie Kirk is a bit disingenuous. He started his career advocating largely for free market ideology, and you've seen kind of his position evolve over the years, largely in deference to Trump, and I think how he's handled the recent tariffs is quite reflective of that.
I mean, I agree with like some of his views, and then some of them I don't agree with, which is fine. Mainly environment and abortion. Everything else I kind of agree with on the right wing.
I don't keep up with him, but I'm aware of what he does and stuff.
So you're mostly here for the controversy?
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Well, I definitely liked, the open mic idea, and I think that Charlie was being respectful. But I also feel like there's a lot of straight lies just coming out of his mouth.
Is there anything in particular that you think he's lying about and that you can prove him wrong?
About the Abrego Garcia, I think his name is, the man who was sent to El Salvador, he said that he was an MS-13 and all that, which he wasn't. That was proven by the courts. And then the Supreme Court said he has to come back here. And Charlie's basically acting like that wasn't a big deal at all, which I think is a major deal, because then that's a constitutional crisis.
What brings you out here today?
Well, I wanted to see the show. I'm not super politically active, but I know all these people would be, and they'd be upset about something. That's mostly what I came to watch. It's a show he's putting on, and I'm here for it.
I think the way Charlie does things is pretty cool. Having the ability for anybody who wants to go up and ask questions, regardless of what they're asking about, political orientation, whatever. I think that's a really good thing.
I also think it's interesting just the various people who are coming up and wanting to talk. Like earlier there was a professor. I feel like most of the time professors don't really want to talk about politics as much because it might endanger their job, that sort of stuff, right?
There was a story recently about a professor here, I think, who
punched a student.
Yeah, a student. Oh, I thought it was another professor, but that's worse.
Didn't know about that until today, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, cool. Glad we're over at U of I.
There was that assault a week or two ago, which kind of confused me. That shouldn't be happening here, especially not on a college campus. But as far as administration goes, it's pretty okay. I wouldn't say we're being oppressed one side or another.
That's good to hear.
I think it's good to show both views of the aisle. It's kind of sad that you have to have protests to have a voice here, but when you have a liberal voice here, it's not a protest.
You could definitely argue that campuses lean more left, but I think at least at the U of I it's more right-leaning, but then we're an Idaho school, so that kind of aligns with the state values.
Kind of ironic because there's protesters cheering right now. I don't know if the mic's picking that up. But yeah, I think that it's important to have conversations about free speech because it's something that we've had for a really long time, and I think we've gotten to a point where we're taking it for granted a little bit.
Can't stand it. That's the point.
So Charlie Kirk is over here, and he's been taking questions for a couple of hours now. Behind us, there is a counter-protest going on. I think they had signs about trans rights and stuff. Yeah, trans lives matter. You're erasing our existence, that kind of thing. So they're over there. They've got all these different chants and songs that they've been singing. And the Turning Point people have been trying to get them to come over. Like they were going to escort them to the front if they wanted to ask Charlie a question or anything. But they're just completely refusing to engage at all. And they even had this little song. They're saying, if people ask you to engage, that means they're a Fed.
If they want you to engage, get up on that stupid stage. If they want you to engage, they are a Fed.
So we've watched like several people try to go over and like talk to them, and no one's having any luck.
Love, not hate, makes America great. Love, not hate, makes America great.
So you're not a student here, are you?
I am not a student, no.
What do you think about Charlie Kirk doing all this and like facilitating these conversations? Do you feel like that's kind of helping to tip the scale at all?
I'm disappointed at some of the clickbaiting I've seen from events like this. As much as debates are good, debates for the purpose of debate itself is a lie in itself. Debate should be focused towards truth. And if it's focused towards victory and winning and not for truth, well, that is a cost that will come home to roost.
I don't think it's entirely set up to be an honest debate. He's trying to get clips, but I think he spreads the word pretty well. He's a good communicator, much better than all the students here. That's why it's entertaining.
He may be trying to invite conversation, but it's not supposed to be hostile or anything. I'm all for free speech, and he should be here just as much as anybody else has the right to be here.
How are you guys feeling about America since the election? Are you optimistic, pessimistic? Like, what are your thoughts?
I think I'm optimistic. I always think we're gonna come out on top. Best nation.
Yeah, I mean, America's the best country in the world, I think.
I definitely think we have a future, but right now, with it just being so divided on such important issues, America, it's going in a direction. I just can't tell you if it's going up or down right now.
I just think we're too divided as a country. I feel like everybody in a way loves each other, but at the same time I feel like everybody despises each other because of the political divide that is in between this country. Because you're wearing a Make America Great Again hat, and I'm wearing a Make America Great Again hat, okay? We could probably walk in a normal day in campus out to the Cub, and then everybody's gonna be like, oh my God, look at that brown little Mexican dude. Look at him, he's a little traitor right there. And it's like, my bad, I support my president.
I personally think it's too soon to tell. Like, Trump has been making some very radical changes, but I think it's important to just give it a little time, even if it would look bad. We all gave Biden 4 years to change the economy after COVID. COVID was a really bad situation. We all gave him some leeway to try and fix it over his 4 years. So I think it's important to do the same here.
I'm kind of nervous about the tariffs. That's like what my dad does for his job, so he's worried about it. But other than that, I think everything's good, especially like women's in sports. I'm on the ski team, so it's good to know that like I don't have to lose a trophy to a man.
It's not kind of a one-party rule anymore. Like it seemed that way when Biden got it. I did not think Trump would win again, but he did. So it's interesting to see people going back and forth because you look at the media, it's easy to think that the Democrats are just on top and everybody agrees with them, but it seems they don't.
I'm curious, what do you think it means to be an American?
I don't know exactly what it means to be an American, but I would say I'm proud to be an American. Like, I'm prideful of where I'm from. I believe that, like, as a country, we stand for freedom, we stand for liberty. We're world's police, like, we stand for democracy. And I feel like those are just the true values of being an American.
I think being American is like what's happening right now. Like we have two sides with the different political parties. Like as you saw, there was a protest. Like I don't know what it was exactly, but I know it was like anti-Charlie Kirk. You could have that and like people pro-Charlie Kirk in the same area, and you saw nothing bad happen. They were just speaking their opinion, and they were focused on Charlie Kirk. So like that's what America is. It's just having different ideals, but being able to be in the same area.
I think you could be scared about the future, but generally I think things will sort it out. We've been around for like 200 years as a nation, so I don't think we're gonna stop anytime soon.
Yeah, we're almost at 250 years. I think that's next year.
Yeah, I'm a little less optimistic, but I think that we live in the greatest country in the world. We've had the freedoms to be able to do things in our day and age that people from all points in history would love to have, luxuries that are just amazing. And so I really hope that we're able to continue the great thing we have and that we can come together and actually unite and keep it, and not break the United States, that would be really nice.
Finally, God bless you, man. Thank you so much. That was
Well, overall, this has been a great event. I've had fun talking to people and learning what they think about things. It's interesting. I feel like the people we talked to they weren't like really strongly to one side or another, which, I mean, I think that says a lot about the fact that people don't want to jump to conclusions. They want to have conversations. They want to figure things out. So overall, big thumbs up for this event, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So I'm Lily with In the Know Idaho for Citizens Alliance of Idaho. Thanks for watching.
You know, we deceived the Nazis thinking that we were going to invade at a different choke point on Normandy Beach.
I heard Nazis.